Hey there, YouTubers. I am Miss Odell from What I Learned Today, Wilt, my channel, and I am going to support you with learning at home or help you support at home what you've been learning at school. Today we're going to feature 4 excellent resources that you can use to supplement curriculum and support that both in reading and math as well as science and social studies. Dive right in with me and see what these 4 great resources are. Our first website that we'll look at today is theteachersguide.com. The Teacher's Guide has tons of free worksheets that you can use supporting any type of material that you're working with. I want to start showing you some of the resources for Words Their Way, a common program used in elementary classes when scholars are learning to read. An example I would like to look at with you is their syllables and affixes sorts. So this helps readers to look at the smaller units of a word and to organize them. And as you can see, there are several different categories, and when we go into each category, they're giving us a couple different types of worksheets for each. Now, if you click here on the picture, you are just going to get a preview of the PDF, but if you click on the blue words, it's going to bring that document up for you. So here is a sort of the G sound, and the scholar will be able to write out each word under the set area. Now, that's not the only way to practice this skill. They are also offering us a word search and an additional type of template for a spelling test. Now, Words Their Way, as I said, is one program that is used for elementary readers, and I'm just going to keep going back to get to the main page. And once we make it to the main page here, you can see that they also have different games and activities on this side here. But I'm focusing on the right side. They have templates for kindergarten sight words. They have daily language materials. That is a key part of the lesson block when it comes to language arts. And they have weekly daily language worksheets that you can use to practice morning work and have your scholars start their routine. It involves editing, different parts of grammar, and a little bit of spelling in there too. That is a great way to support your 2nd or 3rd grader, as well as the materials under Wonders. Now, for Reading Wonders, this website has an awesome breakdown for each different unit. And even if you don't have access to Wonders, there's tons of great stuff in here that you can use. That's why I want to take just a minute to show you. I'm going to just go to Unit 1, and each unit has a breakdown by each lesson for the week. The weekly outline gives you some spelling words. I do want you to have a look at this weekly outline. It gives you the text. You can locate some of these texts on YouTube, of course. It gives you the strategy to focus on. So if you're worried about planning a specific grade level, this is a great resource for you. As well as the literary elements, what to focus on for fluency, different skills pertaining to what you're reading, strategies for vocabulary, grammar, and structural analysis. So it gives a great layout as well as the vocabulary and the definitions, and you can use this with ease for the vocabulary and for the spelling. There's tons of resources to support that. It even has a breakdown of high frequency words and oral vocabulary words for that grade level that you've selected. When you click on spelling words, it gives you just a list of the words for the week that go right on that outline there, and some different resources for spelling: word searches, word sorts, word shapes, template to copy and cover copy and write, but that's not always one of the best strategies for all scholars. You can put the spelling words in ABC order. There are cards for the high frequency words, a template if you like to do spelling tests. Make sure you check out my later videos on Sunday phonics. It's a great way to teach spelling. High frequency word cards, automaticity word list. So this is the kindergarten grade level, and you want to be working on reading words with automaticity, as that is one of the key elements in promoting reading. There's a sheet that has the breakdown of the vocabulary words, as well as matching and vocabulary in context. And the cards, you can make some games out of them. Which skills you were working on for the week specifically this week was statements and questions, plural nouns, and inflectional endings. It gives you an assessment, as well as the same thing for grammar. So let's take a look at one of those examples. Here's the grammar test. The scholar would put the correct end mark at the end of the sentences and rewrite the sentences to change them from a question to a statement. Now, back here, the skills pages for the unit will help you prepare your scholar for those assessments that you can use just to gauge where they are and see what you need to continue to work on with them. That is the purpose of assessment in education. There are also some center activities or more engaging activities that often appear on this website, like such as happen in the past, happening now. You would print both of these out, cut out the cards, or have your scholar cut out the cards and sort the words based on their endings. Now, I do want to inform you that there are several other things you can click on theteachersguide.com, but we're going to move on to your next resource, Teachers Pay Teachers. Even if you're not a teacher, if you're teaching at home, create an account. Once you create your account, let's think of something that you might need support with. Let's look at specifically addition strategies. You're trying to teach your scholar addition, and they're just not getting it the traditional way, the way that you've taught it. So once you search addition strategies, this is what's going to come up. Different grade levels and different paid materials. But what I like to do is go over here on the left side, select my grade level. It will reload with options for my grade level, but that's not all. I'm going to continue going way down over to prices and select free. And that's where you're always going to locate your free materials. You don't even have to select the grade level. I just like to select it first on my way down. And now I have access to tons of free materials to support me with addition strategies. Addition hands-on strategies. This is a flip book. I could print this off and take one or two strategies each day as I review the book with my scholar and teach them. There are posters that often come up. You can put these on your wall after you teach from them to reinforce the materials. That's something commonly done in classrooms too. There are tons of posters usually on what I get. Sometimes you can get PowerPoints and different worksheets that you can use. Also, I love using this site for centers. Here's a addition double strategy, a math pirate game. It makes the activities very fun and engaging for your scholar. Now, one more thing that I always love to do on Teachers Pay Teachers is search for Jeopardy. So we are at the first grade level right now, and let's see if we get any types of Jeopardy games that come up for us. There's a Jeopardy template. You can create your own. There's a Common Core Math first grade Jeopardy. And I love playing Jeopardy in small groups. It really promotes that friendly competition and game-like approach to education and questioning. And this is something that you can do as a family. You can do it with a small group of children, or you can do it you and your child, or your child can just see how many points they get, and you could incorporate some sort of reward for that. Let's move on to our next resource. This resource is more for the intermediate level. I taught 4th grade this year, and I really use this resource a lot teaching history, which is one of my favorite subjects. These passages found on USF.edu break down Florida's history, and they are aligned right with the standards. So the Timucua is one of the Indian tribes that I taught about this year. You can find this on the web or you can find the PDF. It even gives you teacher's notes and reading strategies, which is great support if you are homeschooling. It gives you questions to ask your student after they read the passage. Here's an example of some of the questions. Of course, you can always formulate your own questions too. And here are what the passages look like. I really like the material that you can get from here. It gives you a lot of factual information without tons of time taking it to hunt it down. And again, this is at the 4th grade level, so depending on where your scholar ranks on that independent reading level or supported reading level, you can implement them as you see fit. Tons of topics there to meet those Florida standards and to make sure that you are stressing the importance of history, as it is not nearly as touched on in the school system anymore as it used to be. Let's wrap up with science. Science is tested during some grade levels, so it's higher focused on at that time, and then other times the ball kind of gets dropped on it. So it's often suggested to incorporate social studies and science into the reading curriculum. Leveled reading is something you'll hear me talk about a lot, so you can select your child's grade level over here. You can select the Lexile level 2, and then it will bring you right to materials, high interest articles that are at that level. This website here has scientific articles as well as opinion articles that can be used for teaching writing. There are some short stories, and it's just really an awesome way to incorporate high interest text into the classroom or into your home classroom. So there are questions that are asked on here, as well as a summary for it, and you can just read the article, answer the questions online, or you can print these off, whatever way works best for you. And this is just a great way to make sure that you are asking those depth of knowledge, higher order thinking types of questions, so that critical thinking is highly supported. So let's just wrap up really quickly with our 4 resources from today. We have the teachersguide.com, Teachers Pay Teachers, at USF website, usf.edu, the Florida history lessons, and Actively Learn. Make sure you check the links in the description that can take you directly to these websites, and bookmark them if they are something that you like and plan to use at home. And check out my next video on online resources that you can use to promote learning. Thank you for